Buenos días and bienvenidos a todos. Good morning and welcome, everyone. Welcome to a community dedicated to providing spiritual tools for living a happy and full life. My apologies for the delay as my computer decided today it needed to do a system upgrade before it would allow me to open any applications. So once again, my name is Karina Shear, and I am the Spiritual Director and Founding Minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. And if you would like to join us for the live Zoom meeting, please contact me for the link and the password. Today is Sunday, October 3rd, 2021, and we're continuing with our annual theme, which is Timeless Wisdom, Evolutionary Vision. And the topic for this month is Going Further Together. The topic for this week is Divine Community. Some of the suggested books for reading this month are Living Without Fear by Ernest Holmes and All About Love, favorite selections from In the Spirit on Living Fearlessly by Susan L. Taylor. Each week, we open with a spiritual practice called Affirmative Prayer, also known as Spiritual Mind Treatment. This is a powerful tool and a practical tool that helps to shift our consciousness so that we are open and available to accept the good that is already present in our life. So let's move into today's service with intention, as we do each week, with a reading from the Creative Thought magazine. And today I'll be reading from October 2nd, 2014. And just a reminder that spiritual mind treatment is always done in the first person. So I invite you to close your eyes and take these words as your own, if you so choose. God is whole and complete. God is divine intelligence, courage, and strength. God is absolute perfection, and there is nowhere that God is not. God is the essence of all that is, and all that is the absolute perfection of God. All beings everywhere are made of the divine essence of God. I am made of God's stuff, and I have the perfection of God. As this is my truth, is the truth of every person on this planet. We are all whole, perfect, and complete. We are brave, strong, and smart. The essence of God is us, in us, through us, surrounding us, uniting us in this divine matrix of life. I claim and know for us humans the intelligence, strength, and courage it takes to deal skillfully with the issues facing our species and our planet. Issues such as conservation and climate change, social justice, and equitable distribution of resources. I absolutely know this truth. I see it, I feel it, and my vast skills are being put to use right here and right now. My gratitude is unending in knowing that my words here are the truth, and these words were manifest before I even thought them. I am so grateful for the opportunity to present this prayer, this declaration of truth, with complete confidence that it is done. I release my word into the law of God. It is done, and so it is. And that was submitted originally by a licensed practitioner, Kathleen Johnson, from Oakland, California. So as we do each week as well, let's review together our purpose, vision, and mission statements. We have a grand purpose each week. So let's just pull up the words on the screen so that you can follow along. Our purpose is to awaken and celebrate diversity and to love and honor our community, to educate and support each other so we can create the life we desire that works for us right now. And we do this through our mission, which is to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. And so at this time, I'd like to once again welcome everyone. Please know that we are a philosophy that honors all spiritual paths. So it doesn't matter which path you are on, know that you are on the divine path right now. And of course, we welcome everyone from all walks of life. And as I mentioned, we teach a philosophy called the Science of Mind. And it's a teaching based on new thought and ancient wisdom. We offer spiritual tools and principles to promote personal growth. One of the spiritual tools we've already experienced this morning with the opening treatment. And as I said, we honor diversity in all aspects so that we can see and appreciate the great oneness that already exists everywhere and within everyone. When Dr. Ernest Holmes founded this teaching in the 1920s, he had studied both Eastern and Western spiritual texts to create the Science of Mind, which focuses on the individual use of thoughts and this powerful thing called the mind. When asked to provide a concise definition of the Science of Mind teaching, he replied that it is a correlation of laws of science, opinions of philosophy, and revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations. Each week here in Puerto Vallarta, we offer a service with an inspirational message. And normally this is done in a downtown restaurant, but we are still required to wear masks while we are outside our home. So I will continue to invite you and welcome you into my home via Zoom. Mi casa es su casa. And we look forward to once again having discussions in person afterwards and having some home-style Mexican cooking. So soon we will be meeting in person. And now that we have been starting our meetings on Sunday mornings, this will continue when we meet in person. Updated information hopefully should be available next week and will be posted on our Facebook page as well as our website. So if you have any questions or comments, you can post them here, wherever it is you're watching, or send me a direct email and I'll be sure to respond. So our evolutionary vision from the Centers for Spiritual Living Global Vision this week is that we envision a world in which we live and grow as a global family that respects and honors the interconnectedness of all life. A world where this kinship with all life prospers and connects through the guidance of spiritual wisdom and experience. And our timeless wisdom from our Science of Mind principles, core concepts, and values for this week is this. We believe the ultimate goal of life is to be a complete emancipation from all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be attained by all. We believe in the unity of all life and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. An African proverb reminds us that alone we can go faster. Together, we can go further. As we near the end of our journey, we keep in mind the community that has brought us here. Together as Centers for Spiritual Living, we work in harmony with one another, with other faiths, and other people to envision a continually expanding world. And we dig into these truths for the final push of this climb. In the divine community, Dr. Martin Luther King spoke often of it as a world in which people share the wealth of the earth and violations of human decency are not tolerated. We see the future and our current station as an embodiment of this realization for all. In divine community, we honor in one another the confidence and courage to release all that no longer supports our journey. In the space where I am me and you are you, there's a beautiful evaluation that nudges us forward and pushes us beyond this moment into a new being, a more profound expression of the one loving source. Our divine community is fueled and supported by the acceptance of new thoughts and ways of being. Home is where we belong. And when we are at the center of this communion of love, all of us are blessed and fulfilled. And I have a quote here that I'd like to share from Ernest Holmes and George P. Pendle. And it's from the Ideas of Power in the Holmes paper. Holmes said, "Love is the only final security in the universe. Love is the greatest healing power in the universe, and the only thing that binds people together in a community of spirit." So how far is heaven? There's a particular mystery about the divine community that is only revealed from within itself. Therein, there is a renewable sense of fellowship. Divine community is about much more than one person entering a physical or a digital space, such as Zoom, and then another person entering the same area. Divine community is not merely a gathering of individuals coming together. Divine community is an almost alchemical reaction that happens among us that reminds us who and what we are capable of being and becoming. The divine community is heavenly, and it exists wherever you are. And from the book 365, Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes said this: "Love really is the fulfillment of the law of good. Love alone can heal the world and enable people to live together in unity and peace." Here in Mexico, there's no real social safety net, such as unemployment, welfare, or old age security, such as in Canada or the United States. So you'll often see families living together with 2, 3, or 4 generations. They are very family orientated, helping each other however they can. And this is also seen in many neighborhoods, friends helping friends when needed. The expat community also contributes to this, especially evident since the start of this pandemic. And with many helping their friends and neighbors that have lost their jobs in the tourism industry. Community knows no borders. We come together in times of need as well as in times of celebration. Many times I've had my neighbors invite me to their house parties to celebrate with them, especially in December. Although it may also be that so I don't complain of the noise of the music, singing and laughing. I can't complain if I'm part of the festivities, right? But it does feel nice to be welcomed, to belong to the neighborhood. And Ernest Holmes said this in a Holmes Reader on Practical Wisdom: Compassion and caring are the ties that bind us together in mutual understanding and in the unified attempt to uncover the divinity in each other. Beloved. Beloved means dearly loved. Beloved community bespeaks a deep affection for the many over the one, but it also points to the quality and depth of our shared connections. The beloved community unfolds as a divine tapestry of truth, light, compassion, and love, all woven together with threads of hope and faith. I contend that we are woven together by divine intention, fueled by beauty, imagination, commitment, creativity, humility, compassion, and sacrifice. Beloved, if a beloved community of divine proportions is to ever exist, we must be willing to give up our perfected individualism for the sake of a love that is made known as the communal we. And this is from Brene Brown, The Gifts of Imperfection. She said, a deep sense of love and belonging is an irreducible need of all people. We are biologically, cognitively, physically, and spiritually wired to love, to be loved, and to belong. So belonging, or longing to be. To belong means existing as a part of something. What if the idea of belonging centers itself in the realm of a deepening sense of longing to be? What if how we come to belong to one another is not a declaration that is bestowed upon us, but instead it flows from the depths of our being? What if we come to belong to this or that, not ascending to new heights, but by the momentum of love made known in the willingness to embrace and exemplify it in the world? Perhaps our cries for belonging can be answered in 2 words lived aloud. Welcome home. Bienvenido a casa. And Martin Luther King Jr. said this: our goal is to create a beloved community, and this will require a qualitative change in our souls as well as a quantitative change in our lives. So I've heard from many people here in our community asking when we'll be meeting again, and I'm searching for the right and perfect place. So as I mentioned earlier, I will update you as to when and where this will be. In the meantime, I'd like to close with this. Our calling is to deepen our connections with one another now. When welcoming others, we extend ourselves to do the work of justice, peace, and compassion in the world. The divine community is established upon the rock of love that knows no bounds, but creates an everlasting bond in the heart and soul of humanity. When we're at home, we belong to one another enough to companion each other through the joys and sorrows of life. Let this place and this love that we declare be the measure of our faith that is capable of welcoming each other home. And I'd like to end with one more quote from G.K. Chesterton from the book, What's Wrong with the World? Beloved community is not an idea that has not been tried and found wanting. It has been found difficult and not tried. So let's try community. Let's try reaching out and embracing others that are around us. This is our beloved community. And so finally, we'll end with our affirmation for today. I am a presence of divine love wherever I am. And so now is our time of mindful giving and financial support of our spiritual home. And we rely on your support to continue our center here in Puerto Vallarta so that we can continue offering this powerful teaching of the science of mind. We bless the financial gifts that you give today. Every donation is greatly appreciated, no matter whether it is $5 or $50, or even just the cost of a cup of coffee. And donations can be made using PayPal through our website, which is www.cslpv.org. So I'll just post that up for you. And also remind you that we do accept paper checks that can be mailed in care of CSLPV number 403, 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, B1Y8N1. And so now if you would like to join me in our Offertory Affirmations. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. So if you would like to have a one-on-one connection for spiritual mind treatment to assist you with change or whatever you are experiencing in life, please connect with me. And if you would like to become a member of the Centers for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta for this current year, or if you would like to be on our board of trustees, please contact me as well so that we can send you the current forms. I'd also like to remind you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like it. So let's continue with practicing peace. We can each be at peace, a force for peace, and for nonviolence. Our words and our actions create ripples of peace all around us and beyond. Peaceful living includes acting with compassion, kindness, and consideration. And it also includes standing up against injustice. May peace and love be with you. Thank you for coming and sharing this time together. Peace and blessings to all. Namaste.